I actually have a theory on this that I want to run by you guys with like why that often happens. It's not just this year. It's like, guys, you see that happen a lot where teams will start having fun after like the laning phase against these like, let's say, lower echelon teams. I think it's because like individual skill wise, these like random pub stacks that come together like 2 weeks before the tournament, or these like even a team like 5ManMidas, individual skill wise, even with the stand and Lucifer stance, like these guys are fully capable of winning lanes, right? Because that's like an individual thing. That's like two people in one lane, two people in another lane. It's much easier to coordinate these small groups. Whereas whenever you're talking about the mid game, if you are a team that has been playing as a top tier team for a long time, then it's like you have all of these strategies and rotations and all of these like team based things where it's very unlikely that a less experienced team is going to be able to beat you there. So it's like the only place you really, really have to try is the laning stage, because that's the place where like literal individual skill could actually carry you, and then there's no recovering. That's my theory on why this happens. I think teams have like consciously or subconsciously identified this, where like that's a pressure point where they could lose to anyone, and then after that they can do whatever they want, basically.
Yeah, definitely hard to pull back in a game when you lose the laning phase for sure.
I don't think that's a very bold statement, Jenkins. You made it sound like we might disagree with you. That's just like saying the sky is blue, Dota is hard, people are toxic.
Okay.
Any differences?
The EU broadcast will go 30 hours. Yeah,
okay,
these are all constants for sure.
I guess not. That's
true.
All right, we do have a draft.
Give me a quick reconnect there, my friend. Just a quick reconnect. Onto Discord, your microphone is doing that thing again. The troubleshooting that I provided you as a great
really
tech
hates
support.
Him, man. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah. I don't know what
I had this issue as well, and it's really annoying to fix.
Dakota like bullied some guy in high school, and he's working at Discord now.
Yes.
So there's a screw Dakota button.
My name was Dakota Cox, and I bullied people. That's how the story went. Let's put that out there and retell it. We have Earthshaker. We have Morphling coming out pretty early on the 4Zoomers side. Morphling, Earthshaker right out of the gate. I mean, this was a specialty for 4Zoomers just last week, and for them to be able to grab this duo early really says something. It gives 5ManMidas the full draft to prepare. Let's see what they go for. Maybe something like the Rubik might be a 4 position to pull out, but they've already committed now for Mirana and Enchantress. Early Mirana.
Dakota, if you could give me a quick reconnect there, that'd be
good. Go ahead and reconnect. Dude, it's the bully. It's
Dude,
the bully.
You guys could be lying to me, and I would still do it because I have no idea when my voice goes to shit.
Oh, wait a minute. No, we're good. We're good because nobody hears Discord. That's just us. So we're good. We're good.
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah, my bad. My bad.
For God's sake,
oh
Shannon,
my God,
trying
you're
to
right.
Ruin the broadcast.
Well, in fairness,
I need my ears to be filtered with good noise, please.
When we did have Mike as a producer and he uses the Discord sound, the audience would have heard it. Whereas we have Pythian in today, and he has an alternate route. The stream thinks we're just crazy right now. Yes.
Dude, fair enough.
For
God's sake, fix your mic. Jesus.
They're just
anyway.
They're just speed drafting. We actually don't have time to like fuck around here.
I know what the hell's happening here.
Actually speed drafting.
I mean, Zoomers have some crazy. We talked about the Morphling Earthshaker combo, but also the Ember Coddle eventually. Like, just the Searing Chains constantly is crazy.
How many
So these are like
can
two really good combos.
Okay, what's another like combo with these heroes that can like duo with these two duos? Let's see. Pudge. Morphling can turn into Pudge, and Ember Spirit can set up for Pudge Hook. It actually could be Pudge.
So if you turn into Pudge, then it's really you're playing 3-on-5, so that gives the other team a chance, correct? Because it's the literal worst hero in the game, according to many pro players.
Yeah, well, it'd be playing like 4v6, because Pudge is essentially on the enemy team, right? So
I see.
He's
now,
an
when
actual
you turn into
detriment.
Pudge as Morphling, do you get any advantages? Not like Rubik gets a quick hook, right? There's no animation.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you
get
do.
An extended hook range. And I believe a lower cooldown, which...
I like how Ice Frog just puts that in. He's like, you know what? This is what Pudge could feel like, but we're not going to actually do that for Pudge, but for other heroes, just so you have a little taste of it, what you're missing.
Sickening. It's really sickening. Yeah, I don't want to get into this anyway. What do we got here for 5ManMidas? Okay, they have the Monster Pango running that mid. I'm honestly surprised they didn't just like first round pick this if they're running him mid. I mean, Pango's like one of the top mid heroes right now. People are spamming, and Monster is like, I mean, his top hero by far is this Pango. Like the only person in NA better than him at Pango is Lukey, and Lukey might actually be the best Pango on the goddamn planet. So it's yeah, Monster's insane with this hero.
How's that matchup?
Be against?
I was just gonna ask. So how's that against Ember? Because that's ultimately what he's going to be going. You
it's
know?
awful. In my pubs, it's awful. So it must be terrible in pro
good.
games too.
It's fine. It's fine. You have physical damage.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
Oh.
All right, hard countered.
It's a good Bloodseeker game.
Counter Slark and Pango
and Sand King.
Yeah.
And Sand King because you
true,
you throw the Bloodseeker bubble on the Sand King sandstorm and he either stands in it and dies or he walks out of the sandstorm. It's actually that was like the best Bloodseeker pick that I've ever seen. That's why they snap picked it. They're like, "What? A Slark?" Okay.
They're
Yeah,
probably gonna pick it anyway. So.
I mean, I'm an underdog type of guy. I would love to see 5ManMidas get a win. Trust me. But I'm looking at what looks like one of the best drafts I've seen in the league on 4Zoomer's side. A great clutch last pick. The synergy amongst their first 4 picks is fantastic. It's going to be hard to root for 5ManMidas. So are either of you gentlemen going to back 5ManMidas on this?
Absolutely not.
No,
4Zoomers, game
No.
2.
Yeah, we're gonna go Zoomers here. This one will be even quicker than the first.
Let's see what our commentators will have to say about the expected Game 2 matchup. We head to a break first, but when we come back, it's time for Trent and GoDz.
Well, it's here. We've got ourselves a Game 2, and unfortunately, according to the panel, not a whole lot of hope for 5ManMidas.
Oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Just because they instantly picked that Bloodseeker, and there's a lot of heroes that Bloodseeker really likes playing against, it doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it, okay? We're not going to panic. It's important that you steal your nerve right now as 5ManMidas. It's going to be fine.
No, they're the ones who could walk away and crush some lanes here. They've got the Enchantress on their side. If they secure Slark a good lane, you know, Slark's playing up against a melee core, things could go a bit better.
Yeah, and Sammy's already hyping up Monster. He said Monster equals Lukey, so, you know, big props to his Pango.
Yep. They're going to go for an early invade, too. Look for that quick first blood if possible, but Monster doesn't have any points in the lucky shot yet. For so long-range arrow, Brax managing to dodge it.
Their not-so-lucky shot.
Yep. What's Gunner up to? Ooh, scouting a...
He's on the hunt.
Scouting a... Yeah, he's trying to figure out where the ward is. I think he knows where it is. Because it's nighttime, he knows there's vision here.
Exactly, yeah. So
Very
ever
sneaky.
since nighttime getting put it back into the prior to 0 minutes, then you can scout much easier. You don't just do that little tree trick anymore by the Radiant Tier 1. Ooh, that's a big hit.
Yeah.
Illuminate.
Fissure Illuminate. Shu has a salve. We may have to pop it early. Monster's hard committing for this rune. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it. Husky, the fastest clicker in the USE server. I'm guessing he's playing from the East
Meanwhile,
Coast.
down bottom, though, Lucifer's and Sammy duking it out,
Oh,
and he already
boy.
Burrow Strike.
He's hard committed for this one. He's going to have a second bar strike, which will get in the room, but Sammy... Okay, he's not going to be able to chase down any sort of a kill here. Does have an arrow coming in. Unfortunately, yeah, there was no bar strike to set it up. It was still on cooldown, so
Yeah,
they're going to look to get this kill. They're going to have a bar strike, though, and they can get some more damage, even if not a kill, but they're not going to go for it as Husky TP's in.
Yeah, a little unfortunate they couldn't just sync that up. Might not have been enough damage anyway, honestly. Just because Ace just went pretty far by the time you hit the arrow. It's level 1, so... But yeah, some interesting lane matchups here. We're back with the mid gunner Morphling, a staple for the 4Zoomers game plan, utilizing this for like quick movements around the map, even though it's a Morphling, and you sometimes end up with like 2 harder carries. But in this case, they've gone for a much more active hero out of the traditional position 1 role in the Sammy Boy Ember Spirit.
Yes. And as kind of highlighted by Dakota, one of these kind of classic combos as well, the Coddle with the Ember. A lot of kill potential once you get a few levels on these heroes. But he does already have 1 point in Flame Guard. Usually this combo is more about the Searing Chains and Sleight of Fist. As we'll see a missed Bar Strike from Lucifer's down bottom, unfortunately, as 4Zoomers getting some good harass off.
On
Mid lane.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Earthshaker, man. Earthshaker and Earth Spirit, you know? they can just mess with the mid lane. All these other fours right now, I guess Mirana actually does fall into that category too. Sometimes she can be a bit harder, but they're just like so good at messing with those mid lane heroes. And I feel like some of the fours that get picked now just like can't even do it. You almost don't expect it as much now.
That's what kind of, I think Jenkins mentioned about the 4 Zoomer supports. Ocean loves to do this. Playing the Earth Spirit, the Earthshaker, roaming around. He'd already pulled the weight behind the tower, so it's not like Brax was having a hard time while he was gone. In fact, he was helping Brax by giving him solo XP. Now Shu in some trouble top. Fissure, Bloodright combo, and do a lot of damage here. Brax has 1 point in the Thirst, and that's going to be enough to get the kill.
Ocean, please. This guy. Well, he's been spamming the Earthshaker and Pubs by the looks of it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah. The Sand King Mirana lane. I mean, we talked about duos. If you want to go back like a good 6 or 7 years, Sand King Mirana was one of the most picked laning duos. You know, the dual stun lanes.
Veno Ursa, Jug CM.
Oh, Juxie, yeah, that's a classic.
Those, those all still work. They might not be quite as amazing as they were before, but I know Saberboy, he finished out the urn before he died, actually. So he's come back to lane with a full urn for himself. So nice regen stats here right now.
I'm curious to see where it goes with his skill build, because the Flame Guard is going to be very helpful against the Sand King Mirana lane, but at the same time, it's purely defensive, it feels like. It doesn't give you any of the kill threat that your other spells give you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his build's going to be. Actually, speaking of this combo, I've been using... Oh, we got some more action, do we? Yeah.
Yep, he just hit level 3 and instantly leveled up the Sleight of Fist to set up a Slight Searing Chains into an Illuminate, and that got him a kill.
And now Ixer
And
half
an
HP with Urn. Yeah, I don't know. This is a little scary. One Illuminate comes through. Yeah. You might be in trouble. And yeah, and of course that Slight you pointed out, now that's the whole combo. Is that now we're going to have the double Slight potential here. And it's real scary. I guess for now, man, even now, 18 seconds, and once that gets down to 6, that's where you get the danger category. But
top lane, Brax getting low, but looks to be okay here. He's just kind of baiting, you know? It feels like he's fighting on low health, but he knows Lies doesn't have a pounce. Impetus will Verify going to barely keep him alive. Looks like down bottom they want to go in Husky here. Lucifer's could set up an arrow with a Burrow Strike.
I'm not sure where the next step is going to be.
Yeah, both top and bottom lane, everyone's low. The Burrow Strike and Arrow. Husky still has a Fairy Fire. He's not going to pop it, though. Maybe not to live with a Fairy Fire in the cell, but opted to just take the trip home, get some more items for the lane. Not really a hurtful death, necessarily.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, mid, Gunner's diving Monster.
All right,
We'll
good.
get the disarm now.
Quality Pango player. That's how you know he's a good Pango player. He gets that disarm in the fight under tower.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. All right, let me see it, Ixter. Let me see the big arrow. Here it goes. Here it goes. Oh, too slow for Gunner.
Trying to get the snipe, but
It's a noble effort through the tree line. You know, it works sometimes, but not today.
hard during the daytime vision, especially.
Well, it's 5 minutes, so he'll get a stack off while he's moving. But Husky's got that bottom bounty. And Ocean will have to secure that for himself, though. So that does keep it out of Gunner's bottle at the very least. That's still good pressure from Shu. Just try not to die for it. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Wait, no, he's... I thought it was dead, too. But nice little juke the in and out of the Roche pit. And he's still kind of lingering around here. He's going to turn and look to fight this one. He doesn't have any points in the heal yet, but with the Bloodseeker coming in with a Fissure setup, Shu may have just kind of fed away his life here. It does have a Sal, but he won't get a chance to use it, so... I'm not sure what the plan was there.
The rotation is just so easy for Brax, too. He doesn't even miss anything. I think he missed like one deny. Right back in the lane, hitting some creeps.
Let's see what Ixter's up to. Roaming around on the Mirana, could be looking for an arrow mid from behind. There, you know, if you hit him an arrow on low health, you might get the kill, but if you, the second you see the arrow, even if it's going to hit you, you can stop morphing. Strength is the problem.
Oh, here we go, though. He was not looking. I think he was looking back at the Pango there. Unfortunately, wow. Oh, the Fairy Fire. Knew he didn't have the damage, I guess. But hey, Monster got the rune, so we're good.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Getting the rune. Gunner will pressure the tower a little bit with the siege creep, but looks like with the disarm, they're going to be just fine protecting it. And Ixter has rotated now top, looking to line up an arrow from behind.
A lot of vision around here, too.
Yeah. Ocean may scout him out, though. Yeah, it looks like he's been pinged, so they've seen Ixter now. They know this is coming. And the big thing is here, just trying to keep this tower as alive as possible as the siege creep pushes. While that's going on, they've gone in bottom. Looks like Lucifer's Dance left alone in a 1v2. He's going to just hold his ground and fight. He might actually kill off Sammy. He does, Lucifer! What a play. The stand-in.
Same time, Ixer also started rotating mid a little bit there too, but hasn't fired off his arrow quite yet.
It's a tricky one. You've got to have the stun land before he morphs strength, which is very hard to do. You need like the perfect tree line. Oh, he's 1 health. This is where you'd love to hit an arrow.
Yeah.
You can just time it when he's doing the full morph. Gunner goes in. He could be in some trouble here. He may have overcommitted. He doesn't have waveform here. If they can just hit the arrow, the creep goes down. The arrow going to come land.
Got him.
Yeah, perfect play. Nicely set up by 5ManMidas.
I think he was hidden in that fog walk that we saw between the tier 1 and the tier 2. It was a little bit hard to tell. But judging by the movements there of Gunner, I think that was a pretty slick maneuver there from Ixer. As we do hear a rupture up top. Right onto lives.
Yeah. And unfortunately not level 6 yet. All the solo XP Ocean has given Brax allowed 4 Zoomers to win that experience battle up here.
That's the true busted part about Earth Spirit and Earthshaker, is that you just leave the lane, and then once your core has a level breakpoint, you can do anything at level 2 to set up kills pretty much, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you having a level 2 and like a level 5 is much stronger than the enemy having like 2 level 4s a lot of the time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. And oh, double stacks from Husky in the jungle. I see you there. Okay.
All right.
Look at these stacks he's doing. Okay. That's it. Oh, man. Him and Sammy Boy can come through there with some... He's got to beat Gunner to them. That's the key. And actually, they really just got to beat Lucifer, right? If he finds these, those are easy pickings. And yeah, don't lead him there. Husky, go south.
They've defended them with double observer wards. Usually you see wards be planted much more aggressively at this stage of the game, but they are all about protecting these stacks, and they may just give up this bottom tier 1 tower to make sure they can secure them.
This was the last time Drought was really broken. We did this all the time, right? We had these big stacks in the jungle for Drought. She came and one-shot them all. There were Ancients here. People would TP to this outpost. We'd have big fights. Oh, good times. That's when this was all warded up the last time I remember. Now Sammy Boy just getting rich.
Is under attack.
That's helping him out, because he's not had the best lane. I mean, he's doing fine. He's out. Like, the top 3 cores right now, net worth, are all on the 4 Zoomers side, but it has felt like, you know, at times they've been outplayed in this lane. We saw Gunner get picked off mid. We saw the Sand King solo kill Gunner. Sammy bottom, so some nice catch-up gold going his way.
I feel like they got a lot of heroes tied up bottom trying to find Slark. He's like hitting a small camp right now on the dire side. They better get this tower quickly. Get some value out of this here as they try and make use of the Ench themselves this game. And oh, unfortunately their ward. Oh! Oh, he couldn't save it in time. Oh wait, no he did. He got the deny. Okay.
Mid lane, meanwhile, Sammy Boy showing up with a slight searing chains for Gunner to get the kill and a double damage room, which will secure the tier 1 mid. There's a glyph, but no dire heroes around. Looks like Lies almost got picked off. Sammy Boy actually going to show up with Ruptured previously. He's trying to burn him down, and Lies with a Dark Pack. That's going to get him even lower. Illuminate will finish him off. That's a Slark down, and the tier 1 mid tower down as well.
And Lucifer went in.
Lucifer, yep, he's being rooted now as well. Sitting in the Sandstorm, he will get dusted up, and the Urn Treasures are there. Another Slide of Fist in a couple of seconds. That's going to secure that, as Sammy Boy is just... He's online now. This is... Less the items and more the levels is what you need on this safe lane Ember. You want to have that double Slide of Fist. With the Rupture, they get some kills. Now he's diving in on Shu. Relentless aggression for Zoomas. Another Slide of Fist about to come back up, and that's going to keep Sammy Boy alive with the Searing Chains as well. The tower hits. Maybe going to bring him down. Self-earn isn't going to be there, and Monster rolling in. I don't think he can get Husky here. Might actually with the disarm. That could help him out, and Gunner steals the Penguin form, tries to disarm Monster himself. They get a couple of kills going 5ManMidas' way.
Nice, nice. Okay. Husky says, why couldn't you save me? Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
He tips him. He's like, nice try, I want to say. We get disarming him, but he has not had the same RNG as Monster, perhaps.
Yeah, Sammy Boy maybe in there a little bit too deep, though. But, you know, he doesn't care so much about the Dispel this game, because he has the Keep for the Light, so he's maxed out on the Slight anyway. It would be nice to keep your Flame Guard going, but I don't think he's going to sweat it too much.
Straight into the Deso. So the double Slide of Fist with Deso is going to basically delete like half the health pool of a lot of these heroes. Top lane, they've gone on Brax. Going to throw out an Epicenter here. Brax getting low, and he's going to go down with Monster showing up as well, so... Not bad.
It's 11 minutes in, and once again, it is the Zoomers cores on top, but it's not as bad. At least it definitely doesn't feel as bad. Numbers-wise, I think it's still a little bit better than the previous game. Unfortunately, that's a Midas. Which is a good item on Slayer. And it is catch up. You know, it's attack speed, but it's like, I mean, you gotta fight, right? Like, don't you think that that's how you're gonna beat these guys?
I guess the question is like the diffusal Slark timing like a big power spike for you? Because that's kind of what you often see is the diffusal rush, and then you try and fight, but
Yeah, I
don't
guess the
hate the
problem is I
Midas.
just don't like the hero that much, honestly.
yeah, exactly.
I've
Top
lost
lane.
a lot of hope for him lately.
Lucifer gets out of top with a TP while ruptured. Narrowly escaping. Now looks like
I got a
they're
recall, huh?
pull in the Ember. I think Ember was kind of looking to get aggressive bottom, but yeah, he's going to get recalled top, but 4Zoom is going to play this top side of the map.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just hit some jungle creeps. And try and hold this tower as long as you can there, Lucifer. No pressure. Just wants to get his Blink Dagger, you know?
That could be, you know, that could be go time. Like, definitely the pressure is on Monster to fight. If you have a Slark Midas, all 4 other heroes have to be basically making space for this Slark to kind of come online. And easier said than done, as 4 Zoomers are on the warpath. They're camping around this top lane. They have the Morphling mid, but can always be pulled in once that Spirit form is up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, there's the Blink. Now it's not going to be very hidden, I don't suppose.
Shoot comes in, we'll purge off the Flame Guard and to bully Sammy Boy back a little bit. So, yeah, 5ManMidas, you know, holding this tower, just bringing the numbers, and the problem is 4 Zoomers...
They're going to smoke in Moonlight. That's got to be your plan here, right? With this Blink Dagger on Sand King.
Yeah. I like the idea.
Even bait Monster here, potentially. If he walks out, there's the Moonlight. He's hiding. I don't think they saw anyone
Radiant
yet.
Sentry, though.
No,
I
that'll do you.
think it's daytime, so I think the Shaker saw the Invis Mirana there.
Yeah, drops the Sentry right there. Husky's ready. Come on up, he says.
Oh, and yeah, Lucifer goes charging in head first, but his teammates, they can't go running into the Blood Rite, really, so the Echo Slam going to cancel. Well, the first attempt at the Epicenter, he's still trying to get this Epicenter. Finally decides better off it. The Rupture plus the pushback. He's going to die to this Blood Rite. He has to bar strike out. The Rupture wears off. He's actually still alive. Meanwhile, the rest of 5ManMidas is taking a lot of damage from the Slide of Fist Spam. Sammy still alive with the help of that Flame Guard. The waveform in from Gunner. He's just looking to clean up as Sammy gets the last kill and 4 Zoomers.
Oh, Braxton's
Get the better
zooming.
of it.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
He may be the boomer.
He's showing some spry legs as they get 4 kills. Good bait from 4 Zoomers. You know, they saw it coming. Had the sentries ready and just kind of baited them in.
Man. Coddle is just so dependent on these like pairings. I don't know. The hero's just totally different when you have one of these like cheekier combos like the Bristle or the Ember. I've been using the stats.spectral.gg site lately. Shout out to you. Really like that site. Where one of my favorite stats is this like expected matches versus like actual matches. So like based on the percentages for like combos of heroes. Coddle Ember is like so far by and away the biggest like always picked together. They've got 24 matches together across the DPC. Sub 50% win rate. It's not going so hot. But they also get first phased a lot, so you kind of understand it in that regard. Plus Nyx is a hero.
Yeah, generally if you want to get them together, like you say, you have to pick them back to back.
But, I mean, there's good reason why. Like, it's such a crazy combo with how much damage output you have in this Deso. And, I mean, he can actually just buy whatever he wants. He's like Arcane Blink queued up. But, hey, there we go. Ocean. Easy combo.
Yep. Gets the pick on the Shaker. It is always interesting, because, like, these flat cooldown reduction, it's like, it reminds me of when they reduced all the talent effectiveness by, like, 20 or 25%, which had a bigger impact on some talents than others, because... I remember people talk like there was a lot of talk around like the TB Sunder cooldown where basically he got like overly nerfed by that talent because it was a flat reduction, or a percent reduction as opposed to a flat reduction.
Yes. Yeah, there were a lot of heroes like that too.
Yeah. I mean, effectively you go from having a 6-second cooldown to 0 second, and it's just ridiculous.
Well, they will get a tier 1 tower for that kill on Ocean. So finally getting rid of that stalwart. Earthshaker's been holding mid and pretty much any other spot they want to fight, but can they hold top at the same time? They've sent a monster. He's lurking. Blood Rage to cover, though. He's coming in.
He's going to set up. Oh, they're already disengaging, though. They saw it coming. They had the Radiant Ward here, and they've completely disengaged. Lucifer's going to go fishing. Nice Burrow Strike into the trees. Brax is going to hit by the arrow. That's definitely a kill on the Brax. Perfect find from 5ManMidas. Husky TP's out.
Yep, not going to be discovered here. Okay. Objectives afterwards. Can they get anything else?
I mean, just taking back control and getting some D wards would be nice. They need some high ground vision to take out that ward. The problem is Gunner's about to have an Ag Scepter, so an Ocean level 2 totem only. He's trying to leech some XP.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the Morph Shaker yet. You know, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's about to
So
hit
far,
that point in the game.
Yeah. So far, just the Coral Ember combo, but that combo is about to be surpassed here.
Yeah, they got combos on combos. You know, you got these all together, and then you also have Blood Rage to throw on top of people. So,
Yep.
it's good.
Oh, jeez. Blood Rage Morphling sounds absolutely dirty.
Oh, jeez. Morph Shaker, please. This combo is still so good. I'm really surprised we don't see it more often, especially with how good Shaker is right now. But another smoke. They go in the same territory where they got the kill onto Ocean, but they're not going to find anyone this time. And Sark has a combat item. Defusal is complete.
It just feels like lackluster when you compare it to what's on the other side, like a Ags level 15 Morphling compared to, okay, Sark's got his Midas Defusal. Like, Defusal doesn't feel like a big jump up. Like, yeah, it allows you to fight, but it's not like this. Like, if he had Defusal BKB, I'd be like, okay, let's see how this next fight goes, but this is just a Defusal.
Oh, he's under a ward right now, Gunner. What are they doing?
Okay.
He blinked in, and he just, like, kidding?
Oh, Blink's on cooldown, unfortunately. Yeah,
no,
if they
but
had
he,
a Blink
like,
Burrow.
He blinked to here. Like, he blinked to next to the Morph and just stopped.
Roll in bottom. Looks like Monster gonna find... Oh, Husky's breaking angles. Monster's gonna bounce his way back.
Did he not know the rock? The magic rock?
He's got help, though. An Epicenter blinking. It goes on the Cuddle, though. He doesn't want to help his buddy out. Lucifer going for the kill instead. I don't think he would be able to save him anyway, so I don't blame him. He makes sure he gets the Cuddle kill. And elsewhere, top lies in trouble. Coming flying in from above is Ocean on the Shaker and Gunner on the Morphling Shaker. Absolutely brutal.
I mean, he's a master tier Pango. Maybe he was trying to bait with the magic rock. I don't know what it is with that tiny rock, but for some reason Pango hits it. That's just the life. Alright, Gunner. Show him the wombo combo here. Hit him with the wobble.
More timer about to wear off, though, so he's got to go soon, and does lose it.
Oh, that's right. He is the level 15, but he's not level 18 yet. So we're not quite at the crazy Morphling Shaker yet. But we also need the shards out here too.
The Shaker Shard.
Yeah, and the Morph Shard too, because then you also get the Shaker effect. It's not as
yeah.
important, but definitely the Shaker Shard is always good. I really like the Shaker Shard because then it's easy for Ocean to stay alive, so that he doesn't have to like commit in with echoes and stuff until it's like really important. Other than that, you can just keep chain stunning with your Shard effects.
They're committing to a Rosh in here. Double damage spawns, but they've already got Rosh brought down, and 5ManMidas is just playing bottom side of the map. No contest in sight. This Gunner is likely going to bottle up this DD rune, and we're going to be looking at a DD Morphling with Leeches.
Well, at least he didn't find the Imp Claw, because that's the next broken part of this, right? Imp Claw, Enchant Totem, Morphling Earthshaker. That's nasty.
I've never even thought about that, but that sounds
buddy. That was
insane.
Like, when it first came out, that was a classic. People actually just get one shot at like 20 minutes. We'll see if they find one for themselves, too.
Here they come. They just want to fight. I imagine Fortune was just like, this Morphling Gunner is just like, I want to go one-shot some people. Yeah. Throws out a Fissure, Totem's in, a couple more right clicks, he brings down one. He wants to shoot next with the double damage. Gunner absolutely obliterating him, goes flying in to try catching TPing Mirana. Doesn't get the kill as Monster. Well, he's rolling. He's invis. They have detection for him. I don't think they realize he's here. He's going to go for the TP. Ocean, though, scouts him out. And oh, the Totem was just out of range.
What?
Okay.
Wow.
Top lane, meanwhile, reshotted.
This is like the Axes in demo mode. That's pretty much what 5ManMidas look like right now.
I like Monster tipped the Shaker for missing the stun on the TP, and as he does that, Gunner just jumps on him and kills him. So we get a good XT from him, but you know,
some karma. It's good.
Yeah. Classic NA Dota right there. Lies gets forced to Shadow Dance away. And it looks like Shu may be going to pay the price for this one. Another searing change is going to be up in a second. Actually gets stunned under the tower. Sammy, a bit of a...
All right, now this is good because now Sammy Boy's dead. He can just chakra the Morphling instead. And we can further, you know, improve the combo of the Morphling Shaker.
What did you learn?
Have they hit ancient or neutrals yet? I feel like they haven't. They've actually just been fighting and killing them for so long. They got one to go. Okay.
The Dire side's picked up all theirs, but yeah, that Imclaw could still be out there. Dragon's good. Top lane meanwhile. Ocean's gone in. Gets a kill for Brax.
I think he just respawned.
Yeah.
I think he literally just TP'd there and died.
And mid lane Gunner's trying to get Lucifer here, but doesn't have the Shaker form just yet. Now he does, and he's level 18, so it's go time.
Well, that was quick. I think he was just level 15 before that Roche. Sammy Boy, this is the Storm Spirit as well, where you keep Fairy's Trinket forever because it's so busted on your hero.
Yeah. Especially, like, until there's, like, maybe, like, tier 3, tier 4 items, like a Quickening, Spell Prism type item. Yeah, but none of the tier 2 items feel as good. Smoke up for Zoomers. Fine 5ManMidas here, and, yeah, Morphling is ready to go. Totem's in, takes out the Ench. He's looking for the next target. He's got an age. You just cannot fight this Morphling. As Lies is going to be forced back. They're going to buy back here. I don't know if 5ManMidas have the tools to fight. Nice Totem in from Gunner. Going to find another, but they need a detection. Monster gets sapped. Brax with the Dagon pickup, and Gunner... Brax is just a dynamic duo chasing in forward, taking out hero after hero.
Give him the whip.
Gunner, there we go. He found them. 4 dead. 23.5 minutes in. It's looking a little bit over, unfortunately, for 5ManMidas.
Most certainly. Nothing to really stall for this time other than attempted comebacks here. We'll see if they can try and find Lies another item. It's pretty high up in the gold.
Looks like he's thinking BKB, which kind of makes sense because there's so many disabled. At the same time, Morphling is going to like totem half your health in one right click, and the BKB won't help you there.
Well, if the BKB lets you get off your ulti, maybe he can't right click you. That's what we're going to hope for at least.
Well, Gunner gets the Shaker form, and to the high ground we go. Still has an Aegis for another 50 seconds, so I imagine 4 Zoomers are going to want to force this a little bit.
Yeah, and hopefully 5ManMidas get a nice timer on that, see if they can pull off one of those surprise plays where they catch you as it's expiring, maybe. That was risky.
Yeah, he's just out of range of the sentry, I believe, but he's been kind of chain stunned there.
Good disarm.
Just gotta be careful. 25 seconds on the Aegis, so he's still got some nice breathing room. The Rupture with the Dagon, and Lucifer, Illuminate, he's in the blood right. Oh, he's dead. Gunner actually tried to steal the kill, didn't succeed in doing so. They've lost a couple here as they're just going chasing in for more. Monster trying to roll on through. Finds Brax here, but it's Sammy Boy cleaning up with the Sleight of Fist, and they'll GG out. Nice showing from 5ManMidas. Definitely difficult playing with the stand-in, and I think 4 Zoomers, you know, showing that despite the bad start to the DPC, they are still in that upper echelon of NA teams.
Yes, they are still a team that has been practicing a lot over the past year. Certainly well respected in the region. I mean, really, you know, they were number 2 or number 1 depending on the week for a lot of the quarantine era. Now, only with the return of EG have they essentially been bumped out of the top 2, and then Undying has shown up and they've looked really strong. So 4 Zoomers kind of coming in 4th. A little bit in their region, so this nice little shellacking, as the boys on the panel would say, I'm sure making them feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, as bad as it maybe looked for 4 Zoomers after their first 2 losses, they were against the basically 2 best teams in NA. Everybody would kind of have agreed coming in. EG and Quincy Crew are at least the 2 favorite teams to go to the major. So for all we know, 4 Zoomers could be looking at a potential 3rd place finish, or maybe with the help of some other teams, Quincy EG might even drop some games. So they're not completely out of the running yet to go to the major. Yeah, they've got to win basically the rest of their best of 3s and hope for some help from other teams.
That's kind of all you can do in the DPC league. You just win your games. You know, you're not angling for any playoffs or anything like that right after. Just it's major or bust. So Good luck to the Zoomers, and good luck to 5ManMidas. It's kind of sad losing the O2 and everything, but hopefully they'll start picking up some more wins for themselves in the league.
Yeah, it does look like they may be on track for relegation. But, I think they're a team that will be very favored to finish top 2, top 3 if they do find themselves in the lower division. But still a couple of series left there. And also, every placement affects prize money. There's a lot of prize money here in the upper division. I think, it's 280K prize pool, and I think 210 or 215 of that is in the upper division. So even just finishing one place higher can earn you some cash. So not a bad thing to play for. But we're going to wrap things up here before we head on over to our lower division series, which will be coming up next. It was definitely a quick one, and probably the panel will have a few words to say after a quick break.
You sound great, Coddle Guy.
Sounds beautiful.
You sound terrific.
Amazing to me, yeah.
All right, I'll take over from here. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Just say
this is
it.
the
Just say it.
NA/DPC shellacking series of a lifetime. Both games were a shellacking, ladies and gentlemen. Both games were not even remotely close. Both games went to 4 Zoomers, and I believe our host is back with us.
Could not have said it any better myself. It was indeed a shellacking, the 5-man shellacking, unfortunately. I love my 5ManMidases. I love my 18s, my black and yellows, but as was said off stream, it's becoming apparent there is a bit of a divide between the top 5 and the bottom 3 here. But I would really hope that for these lower 3, they're really doing their best to kind of soak the opportunity and gain as much knowledge as they can from these matches. And I'll kind of pose that question here early on as we await for the interview there, Jenkins. For 5ManMidas, and there's some players that and you pub with, is there anything that they can try to pull away from this type of series to try to improve themselves for the matches to come that are going to be super important against a team, for example?
It was a shellacking. It was a shellacking. They know it. We know it. Zoomers know it. But you look at Zoomers, and they've had a tough entry into this season, playing in against a few of the best teams in the entire league right to start off. So sure, their score doesn't look that great, but this is still a team that is on the upper echelon. This was the number 1 team in NA at a point with this exact same roster. So the fact that there are even good plays happening where you see these individuals, Sammy Boy dying, for example, they killed him once, Monster was making some really sick plays, particularly in that Void Spirit game. The fact that there was flashy shit going on despite being against an upper echelon team, I think bodes well for at least the individual talent on the side of 5ManMidas. And they got to work on the team stuff. I mean, to beat a team like Zoomers, you have to work on the team stuff. They have so much practice with their rotations and strategies and so forth.
All right. It looks like we actually do have our interview here. We have Gunner, who's going to be joining us. Gunner, first, hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah.
Hi. Congratulations on your win here against 5ManMidas. Well played indeed. So I'll start off by saying, game number 1, pretty good draft. I feel like we've seen it before. Medusa, Batrider, Earthshaker. Kind of looks like something we saw from the Evil Geniuses a bit. You guys came out, you were super serious, not a lot of kills, but then you're turning into friendly lassos at the back end of it. Can you just walk us through your experience for game number 1?
Yeah, we're trying out a little play style where we make space, I guess, and we call ourselves the clowns, right?
Okay.
And so we just all scream we're the clowns. We just try to run at them and make them get really scared and force TPs and stuff, and then we run away.
Is this a strategy you plan to pull out in a future matchup, maybe against Sad Boys?
I mean, I think it's kind of what EG does. If you watch their games, Arteezy doesn't ever show up to anything, and they just kind of dive until someone TPs, and then everyone else runs away. And ISIS will kind of run down lanes for fun. So this is kind of our twist on it. We just call ourselves the clowns.
Do you pick for that? Do you pick specific heroes that can get out and stuff, like Ember, Jug, that sort of shit?
Not necessarily. It's more that you just have a carry that'll win you the game, and then the other 4 people can do whatever they want.
Just any heroes?
Yeah, Like in the game 1, we had like Bat Rider, right? And I was just kind of running at people until they would TP. In game 2, we had Ember Coddle. Anything that just runs at them while you have one guy that you know will win you the game.
Let me ask you a real question,
Uh-huh.
Gunnar, since Jenkins already
Oh, that's not
shit
my.
the
That
bed
doesn't.
with that one.
That doesn't
Yeah.
count. That doesn't count.
You're 0 for 1 already. I know you're going to ask for a lot more mulligans. So I actually have a question regarding maybe your pre-DPC mindset and if it's changed at all, because the schedule, you guys had probably the toughest schedule of any team so far. The first 3 matches, I believe, were two of them were between EG and Quincy Crew, arguably the 2 best teams, or the 2 teams that a lot of people are expecting to get that top 2 spot. Do you like, or did you like the idea of playing them right away, or do you like the idea of perhaps like the Undying route where you get a few easier matchups first to kind of build yourselves up, but then you leave yourself for scouting for the opposing
I would have
team
liked.
as well.
I like the EG one as the first one, but I would like Quincy as the later.
Right. Okay.
EG started only scrimming a couple of days before, the DPC started. Whereas, so it would have been good because I think they were kind of rusty at the time. They hadn't really all been together as a 5-man roster, but Quincy had been practicing for a long time. So if I had to choose the idea, it would be EG is the first week, Quincy is the last week.
All right, Gunnar.
Fair enough.
Gunnar,
Jenkins, this is your turn to
Okay,
recover.
just FYI, this is not a mulligan, Gunner. This is not a
Yes.
mulligan.
Are you
This
sure?
is the official question.
You're sure?
Okay. Absolutely. Can you tell me what is what would you say is a primary difference, the biggest difference between like a tier 1 NA team like Zoomers Quincy and a 5ManMidas A team? Like what is the biggest difference? Is it team fights? Is it like rotations out of the laning stage? Like what do you think it is?
Probably just individual skill, honestly.
Really?
I think a lot of the intricate parts of Dota don't matter if you're lower skilled than the other team. It's like you could take a bunch of like 7Ks, right, and place them against a bunch of 9Ks or 10Ks. Even though the 7Ks are practiced for months together, the 9Ks and 10Ks might just win because they're higher individually skilled. I think all the sort of micro stuff matters more when teams are more closely matched.
Just a completely random, unrelated question. What do you think of Arkosh Gaming? I know they've been kind of this up and coming team in the lower division. Of course, I'm not bringing this for any particular reason. No
Gunnar, why you
relation here
laughing?
on the panel, or
Very random.
but
No reason.
it's just I just have an affinity for this team. I've picked them to lose every single game. They've
Have
proven me
they?
right most of the
Yes.
time. It's been off and on. What is your assessment of the Arkosh Gaming squad?
Always got to look out for Gremlo doing his crazy plays. I think he tries the clown stuff, Maybe he watches EG replays, wants to make space for Pale Horse, I watch their games from time to time.
So they're entertaining then.
Yeah,
That's
they're
good.
entertaining. The all chat gets me sometimes.
I guess on the note of, and I'll tack onto this question for another lower division team, one that you may become more familiar with because they could end up moving into the upper division, it looks like, Simply 2 based, the Z Freak Monkeys squad. How do you think about their team? Because it looks like they're slated to come join in the upper division.
I think they are probably. I think they're probably better than 5ManMidas and A team, or equal. I think because this roster didn't get made until the first 2 open qualifiers were over.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a shame how the whole system worked out for them and how they lost the first 2. But yeah, I think they're probably a Division 1 team. So I'm kind of excited for them to play next season.
Yeah.
I'm expecting them to play rather.
All right. Any closing thoughts you have, Gunnar? You guys have 2 more series here in the league now, and they're 2 pretty important ones, Sad Boys and Team Undying. Any thoughts on that, or any closing thoughts you have for Zoomer supporters out there?
We started off a little weak. We've been mixing up some stuff. We changed drafters. We've been kind of working on ourselves, so hopefully the improvement shows and we win our next 2 matches. And we have a shot. We'll see what happens.
This is where you try to advertise the team bundle that has still yet
To come out.
The
be
team
released,
bundle
Gunnar.
that is dropping in a amount of time that I don't know. But when
After
it drops,
teams are eliminated?
you guys should hit it up. It'll be real cool. Would
Thank you,
recommend.
Gunnar.
Thank you. We look forward to the 4Zoomers fan pack that Suns fan seems extra eager about. Gunnar, thank you so much for coming on, and congratulations again on your win.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Hope everyone chat shows some love to Gunnar for always coming by on these interviews, coming by on the media days and the content. A lot of the NA players have been super supportive of that as they continue their own journeys and storylines. Gentlemen, our first series has concluded, and we're going to be heading into a break in a moment. But before we get there, we actually do have a special piece of content here. I don't know if you've ever noticed, guys, but in the chat, while we're trying to make commentary, and a lot of people like to dig on NA Dota, they like to kind of get in on the action and think that they can commentate the games a bit better than we can. So we kind of are giving them the opportunity now to chime in on some of past highlights and see what Twitch chat had to say about some of the past action for NA DPC.